the career campus all about Ashoka University. Okay. A lot of you are aware that Ashoka University is one of the top universities. What I hear from you that for a lot of dream, okay, and we just want to make sure that with this particular webinar, you get clarity in terms of achieving the dream. Okay, you know what exactly the university has to offer, what exactly university process is, so it is clear for you to achieve your goal. Okay, so we have today Ms. Harshita Verma with us. She's the deputy manager for Ashoka University Outreach Team. Okay, and she would be here to answer all your questions. So over to you. You can go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Thank you for inviting me. And hello, everyone. I am Harshita from Ashoka. I'll just give you first a quick introduction in terms of what exactly Ashoka is about and how does the admission process works. Post that any questions that you have, instead of having a presentation, we'll take up the questions on a one-to-one basis. So basically, we offer a liberal education program. When I say liberal education, it means you have the freedom to choose what you want to study. Now, a lot of you are confused in terms of which course to pick. So the best part about Ashoka is while you apply to Ashoka, you don't have to select a course right at the time of application. In the application form, what we ask for is just an indicative in terms of what courses you might be interested into. This entire program is designed in a way which gives student an opportunity to explore before they make up a final decision. So the first 3 semesters, when you come down to Ashoka, is an exploration phase for you. Now, when I say exploration phase, students tend to do their foundation courses in these first 3 semesters. Alongside these foundation courses, also give them a taste of what all subjects look like. So, any student who wants to join in Ashoka for, say, eco, he can go sit in an eco class, go sit in a finance class. You can go attend a psychology, sociology, computer science, any course at Ashoka. At the end of the third semester is when you'll have to declare that probably this X course is my major and this is my minor. So there are a lot of majors and minors that we have. You'll have a detailed list on the website of Ashoka. And also these majors and minors, there's no restriction in terms of picking the number of minors. So every student decides for themselves in terms of how much of an academic rigor they themselves are looking for. So in case you want to pick, say, one major and I don't want to pick a minor, it's a possibility. In case I want to pick one major, one minor is a possibility. In case you want to pick three minors, four minors, it's a possibility. So every student kind of has the liberty to choose what they want to study. And our application round one deadline is 27th of November, wherein the entire process to apply to Ashoka is divided into stages. So the first stage that we have is the application form. So the application form is an online form. It's a free of cost form. Any student can apply to Ashoka. There's no, we cater to sciences, we cater to commerce, we cater to humanities because this is a liberal education university. You have the opportunity, any student after grade 12th or who is in this year grade 12 can apply. While you apply to Ashoka, the application form has a lot of sections to it. So, via the application form, what we try to understand is how different you are as a person. And basically, the application form has two essays. One is a 400-word essay, one is a 150-word essay. Once the student has completed the application form, then we move to stage two, which is an Ashoka aptitude test. Now, irrespective that you have given CUET or SAT, you can go ahead and submit the scores for that as well. But every student applying to Ashoka aptitude test is a mandate. So you will have to give the Ashoka aptitude test. After that, we have a 30 minutes of on-spot essay round again. So you have already written those two essays in the application, and then you'll have again after the aptitude test a 30 minutes of on-spot essay round. After which we look at the student application, how well they have performed in the aptitude and the on-spot essay. After which, in case you are shortlisted, we send out an email for an interview. This entire process happens online. After the interview is when we roll out a final decision to you. So only once a student has confirmed offer is then we move to stage 4, which is we do offer financial aid and scholarships. It is a need-based financial aid, and also we have merit scholarship for the science students. So once you are all once you have say made it to the offer, then we talk about financial aid depends on the family income range. We take into account all your ITR documents, your parents' income proofs, and then probably is the time when we roll out the financial aid percentage to you. So yeah, this is what the application process looks like. This is what we offer. I am in the chat box and I see a question wherein a student has asked, does Ashoka offers management as a major? So we do. If you're asking specifically for management, we have courses which are related to management. We have economics and finance. We have courses like international relation, international business. But in case you are looking only for, say, management as a major, we certainly don't have that.
Website. Okay, so your website is only talking about BA and BSc. So
Yes.
they just want clarity if there is any BBA related course.
No, we don't have that. We have only two offerings. One is a BA honors degree that we offer. Any student who takes up, say, economics, finance, or probably the commerce background, humanities background, will be given out a BA honors degree. And the other students, the science ones, will be given out a BSc honors degree. So we don't do a BBA program as such.
So let's start with the first question. Harshita, I want to know about the liberal studies course structure in detail, which I think you have already covered, Harshita, to a great extent. Is there anything else you want to add apart from that?
So, to you, Ayushi, specifically, we don't have a structure to the program because considering there are so many majors and minors, there are 250 plus course combinations which can be formed out of it. Now, it depends on what exactly the student is looking at. Every student at Ashoka has a different curriculum, has a different structure. Some may pick one major and do a pure major, some may pick one major, two minors, one major, three minors, one major, no minors. So hence, the structure depends on how you plan to design the entire 3 years or 4 years that you plan to come to Ashok.
I hope that answers your question. Okay. We have another question, Harshita, where
Yeah.
the student is asking, what is the probability of getting into Ashoka if you decide to apply post-match? I knew this was coming. The probability, considering getting into Ashoka, is a little difficult, as one of my students mentioned. कि मैम ये तो माउंट एवरेस्ट के बेस कैंप से भी ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट लगता है. So probability, Harshita, would you like to give the probability?
Look, I wouldn't have a probability percentage or anything, but what I'll say is all three rounds have equal opportunity for the students. When I say this, we say this with complete confidence. Now, the rounds are designed in a manner wherein early application ends in the month. So, if you're applying for, say, round one, you are submitting the application on the 27th of November, and then you have a decision by January max. So, a lot of students are now then relaxed because they have an offer, they can just focus on their board exams then. So early application rounds are better. There's no probability. You have equal opportunity on all three rounds. Everything depends on how well you write your essays, how well you perform in the aptitude and the on-spot essay round. Now, when I talk about performance in all these three areas, we understand that every student won't be academically very good, right? Every student is different, and we don't want students who are just academically good. We look at holistic personalities, we look at students who are very different in nature. Nowadays we have started seeing in a lot of fancy applications also, wherein we understand that this is too fancy for a student of 16, 18-year old writing it. So the entire agenda for the Ashoka application process and the mantra to crack that is just be candid. Be very candid about whatever you write in the application form. There's no algorithm who reads the application form. There are actual human beings. Our admission team makes sure that every word that you write in the application form is actually being read. So I would just say be very candid. Be what you are. Don't pretend to be something or someone you aren't. And just be honest in the application form. Do well in the essays is the only kind of thing that I have to share with you.
Absolutely. And this is something I keep on telling all of you that when it comes to the application, just be yourself. But there's something out of curiosity I want to ask you. Okay. I have a lot of students who come to me. So I happened to speak to one of the students day before yesterday, Saturday, and the girl was very scared that, ma'am, मैंने सिर्फ academics किया है. I don't have any extracurricular activities. Okay, is extracurricular activities a very important aspect of the application, or an aspect which would determine the selection?
Yes, so we have equal weightage for academic performance and the non-academic engagements as well. So yes, that is important. Also, a lot of students are good academically and they don't have a lot of co-curriculars that they haven't done yet. So basically, any kind of a co-curricular activity, it's not just anything that you have a certificate of, yeah, that you can mention in the application form. Anything that you have done, say I have I bake. I'm good at baking. Students write that in the application. They upload pictures and videos of them doing that. So any activity that you find is not related to just sports or not just related to debate competitions, this competition, that competition. Any basic things that you're even good at and you feel that this is something that I do for myself. I have students who write in that I started a t-shirt company of my own. I have my own baking club. I am a home baker. I do this, I do dance, I do music. So anything, not just structured activities is what I'm trying to say, but anything which is not structured as well. We don't need any proofs of it, only a picture, a video of you doing it, not even if that's not something that you have got a certificate for, can also be mentioned in the application form.
Correct. So all my students there who are saying ki, ma'am, I don't have extracurricular activities, ask yourself, what activities do you do? Okay. Building may, when, normally we have little activity which is happening in Maharashtra, we have this little pujan happening during this time, Ashita. Okay. And if you are an active member of that, making sure that the arrangement is done, that is again one of the, it's a leadership quality what you're displaying. Just giving you an example. So I think coming from you will give them an assurance. So let's take the next question.
Yeah.
How is liberal? I think this one is something, Harshita, has been asked by a lot of parents. How is liberal arts degree helpful? What are the possible top career options I can take with economics and psychology?
Okay. So, basically, if you go to a liberal education university, it's the new age education. So, everyone would have heard about Mark Zuckerberg, but did we ever check that what did he study at college? He went to a liberal education college. When you go to a liberal education university, you have a grounded approach to everything. You have basic foundational knowledge of each and everything. So, if you go check our foundation courses, those are 9 in number, and each course is designed in a manner mandatory for every student irrespective from whatever is your say major or minor. Every student has to do those foundation courses. Now those are designed in a way that you have complete knowledge when you enter the corporate, when you enter or in a startup, when you start a business of your own. You should have basic knowledge of each and everything, and then you specialize in say one or two subjects is the entire idea. So I myself was a BCom honors graduate, and then after that, I did an MBA in marketing. Now I'm a full time counselor. So I have changed industries, and everyone will change at least 2 to 3 industries all their life. And while you enter a new industry, what I obviously did a traditional degree, right? So a traditional degree offers you only the specialization that you do. They don't offer you a basic of each and everything. When I talk about foundation courses, there is a foundation course called mind and behavior. Now, a lot of students will say, I am a science student. Why do I need to understand mind and behavior? But we understand that that is important. The reason for that is you interact with humans on a daily basis all your life. You need to understand that whatever you're trying to say is being interpreted in the same manner. If I'm not able to understand what I am speaking to you, or what you might be interpreting it, the entire gist of the conversation goes off. So, this is just an example wherein how a liberal education degree helps you. Coming down to the second part of the question, which is what are the possible top career options I can take with eco and psychology? Look, if I talk about career options, there are endless career options because you have a liberal education degree. Now, irrespective of anything which is just say economics or psychology, you have the opportunity to enter any industry. So a lot of students who come up to Ashoka, I have seen a lot of students who apply in for economics end up doing English as a major. So don't restrict yourselves that these are the subjects only that I might be looking into. When we go to in when students go into the exploration phase, what they have is kind of your mind changes because you see a lot of subjects, because you'll see you might find something when you understand subjects in a deeper level that might not be interesting for you then. So I would say a lot of career opportunities are there on the Ashoka website. If you go and check the Ashoka placement report, you will find course wise placement reports on the website. It is just uploaded, I think, a few days back, which is the last year's placement report. That shall also help you with proper data and figures in terms of how much of a package does a student gets, how much ever you get with economics, psychology, sociology, whatever you plan to take up. Yeah.
I hope that has answered the question. I think it was very detailed, okay, and very practical and covered the points which, trust me, you would come across if you look at a career path for anyone. You would realize that there is definitely change, and how liberal studies would help you to incorporate that and kind of be available and be market ready when it comes to placements is concerned. Okay, next question we have. I think Ayushi, we did answer this. Does Ashoka offer marketing as a major?
We don't have marketing as a major. Yeah.
Correct. So there is no marketing as a major. The list of majors are available on the Ashoka website, so you would be able to check them. Now, one of the students is asking, I would like to know the curriculum of eco and finance. Okay, one of the most loved and demanded interdisciplinary major. I think out of whatever process of applications I'm doing right now, 80% is eco and finance.
I understand. Yes, that's the entire course highlight of Ashoka. Uh, Now, getting into the course curriculum, I am not a course expert. So, I would suggest that for the contents of the course, we you can just get in touch with me. I'll patch you up with the teaching assistants or probably the faculty who can help you better in terms of understanding the course curriculum. I look at outreach as a vertical. So, course curriculum is something that I might not have a complete idea to. So you can get in touch with Sanika and she'll kind of help you patch up with me, and I'll help you patch up further with the teaching assistants and the faculty for this.
Absolutely, we would be able to do that. However, I think, see, if you guys have any questions, trust me, Ashoka website is something which would give you everything what you need. Okay. So what I'm doing right now, I am pasting a link which is basically the interdisciplinary major and the breakup of the course structure. Okay. Difficulty, if there is a difficulty in understanding the delivery, simple, just connect with me. I am available through Calendly. You guys can book one-on-one sessions. A lot of you have already done that. Towards the end, I will also, because if there is in a situation where I don't have answers, earlier I used to go to Jinal ma'am, now there will be Harshita, or there would be so many others whom we can connect. We have students there, whom I connect with, so you will get your answers there. Okay, right now just go through the link. I'm sharing this link for others as well. Okay, this is a link for the interdisciplinary major for economics and finance, as a lot of you are going for that. All right. I hope that helps. Now let's look at the next question. Do you offer UX, UI, UX as a major design?
No, we don't offer design, and law is something which Ashoka doesn't have yet. And yeah, certainly we don't have that as of now. Could be a possibility in the coming future. We would kind of add design and law as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Someone is asking, is there a BA in psychology course? I have only read about BSc one. You have read about BSc because Ashoka only has BSc psychology. Okay, but
Yeah.
one thing I want to tell this particular student, if you're scared because of maths for psychology and that is the reason not opting for psychology, then I think we need to connect because a lot of students opt for psychology and specifically looking at BA because ma'am, maths nature. I understand
Right.
I mathematically challenged myself, okay? But trust me, if you want to do psychology, anybody would be able to tell you. We had a counselor, I think 6, 8 months back, okay, who was speaking about psychology, and even she mentioned that BSc would be a better option to opt for. Okay,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
make sure you connect with me. I will put up the link. Okay, so make sure you connect with me. I don't want you guys to be into fear of maths because trust me, last year we have connected a student, we have connected with few people there to make sure one of my students have that fear given away, and she's now pursuing Ashoka BSc psychology. All right. Okay, so
Right.
let's take the next question. What are some
Yes.
basic qualities? Oh, this is fantastic. Harshita, you would like this one. What are some qualities that Ashoka looks for in the student? And what are some key elements that can be there in one's application?
Look, the qualities that we look in the student is our application process is designed in a manner wherein we have the application form. In the application form, there are essays. Via these essays, what we're trying to understand is how different you are when given out a specific situation, or how differently, uniquely you think to a given topic to you. So it's uniqueness, one quality specifically that we look at. Also, why the essays were not trying to judge you via your vocabulary, how good fancy words you use. Only the idea is to understand that you are different. You are a person who is an all rounder, who has a personality which is holistic and not just someone who is academic great. So, this is the one quality we look at. Via the aptitude test, we look at that will you be able to take the academic rigor if you are admitted to Ashoka. So we specifically don't want to kind of take students who are not good with aptitude. The primary reason for that is because the academic rigor also at Ashoka is so high that if a student wants to survive that entire 3 to 4 years, they need to have the basics clear. So I would say the qualities that we look at is basic aptitude. The quality that we look at is uniqueness, how holistic you are in nature. So you'll hear holistic word at Ashoka a lot. You'll see it all over the website. So if you want to just conclude that in just a single word is holistic is what we have while we look at students and how we take them on board with us. Yeah.
Exactly. So I think with this, we have also answered the next question somebody has asked, asking what parameters does Ashoka focus on while selecting a student during the selection process?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think what you just said, Rita, answers this question as well. Ashoka is looking at holistic. A lot of you get confused and say holistic as in what? They're looking out for a student who is good with academics, should have genuinity, should have open in terms of learning more, should be able to adjust with the rigor because you all have taken a campus tour or heard and then you want to go with Ashoka, but you have to understand when you go to a top university and you come out with a different personality, there is a reason for it because the rigor of the university makes you, it molds you. They also understand if you would be able to maintain that particular rigor or would be able to kind of cope up with it. All right. So a lot of things are looked at. So if you want, my suggestion is don't think much, just go ahead and apply. The experience for the whole application itself will make you know a lot of things about yourself. And that's exactly what I have come across with a lot of students. Okay. So let's take the next question.
Yeah.
Part is asking why should we choose Ashoka and what are the five main things that Ashoka offers us that other similar universities don't?
Okay. So I would say that Ashoka offers something which is very different. When we say we offer liberal education, we emphasize a lot on liberalness, not just in course curriculum, but also while you are at the campus. You will see that the students are very woke. The students are very liberal in a sense, and we there are protests happening at the campus. There are students, if we tell them no, you shouldn't go ahead and do this, they kind of come to us stating that why. So liberalness is what something that you will find. We don't just promote it, we are very liberal in a sense while you are at the campus also. Secondly, what we offer is not just studying inside the classroom, but we look at how much of a diversity do you get. So when I say diversity, when I speak about diversity, there are students not just from one part or one state of the country. There's students from all over the world. We have international applicants, we have national applicants. When you stay with students in a residential campus, this is a fully residential campus. So while you stay there, you learn from their experiences, you understand how different people are in nature. There are various course highlights as well. We offer a summer semester abroad program wherein students go in for 1 semester abroad. So Ashoka offers this program in a very unique way. When you talk about, say, 3 years, this program is a 4 year program. Students have the opportunity to drop off after the third year as well, because as per the national education policy, it's not mandatory for a non-tech university to have the fourth year as well. But then in the fourth year, it's actually research as a piece. The entire fourth year at Ashoka, we understand that the first 3 years, the academic rigor is so high. You have to complete your foundation courses, you have to complete your majors, your minors, your credits, everything. So the fourth year is designed in a manner which kind of preps you up for some students apply for abroad universities after this. They want to do an MBA, they want to do something else, they want to go in for a master's. So we prep you up for masters in the fourth year. Also, we offer research as a piece. Now, research is the DNA of Ashoka. When I say research, their research is offered by very less universities, specifically at an undergraduate level. Every university has research as a piece at a PhD level, but Ashoka offers this as a piece at an undergraduate level. You write your own capstone projects. There are students who write in their own research papers. So it's very unique in a way, and very different in a way wherein the course highlight is such that other universities wouldn't match up to what Ashoka offers in a nutshell. Yeah.
I hope that answers the question. But we have another question. How important is the Ashoka aptitude test and how should one prepare since there is only one sample paper on the website?
Okay. So the aptitude test is something which is a basic things that you have studied in grade 9, 10th, and 11th. So there's just one sample paper on the website. If you go search the sample paper, you'll find that you have just basic questions. Now, while you prep for this aptitude test, I would say that go ahead with quants, go ahead with reasoning. So it's just like you prep for SAT or CUET, but in a different manner. And the difficulty level is different because the Ashoka academic rigor is different. Otherwise, everything remains the same. Also, the Ashoka aptitude test is a mandatory assessment. So any student who is applying to Ashoka will have to actually go through the aptitude test, irrespective if you have given SAT or CUET. Yes.
And this answers the question, hopefully, for you.
Yeah.
What are the scholarship financial aid allocated in terms of the rounds? Are there truly higher chances of financial aid scholarships if applying earlier?
Look, financial aid has nothing to do with the number of rounds. Financial aid works separate and the rounds work separate. Every student has equal opportunity irrespective they apply in round 1, round 2, or round 3. Now, the financial aid, understand, Ashoka is not a private university. We are a philanthropic university. When I say philanthropic university, it means that there are 200 plus founders and donors who have come together to form Ashoka. If you have heard about, say, Make My Trip, the founder of Make My Trip is a founder of Ashoka. The founder of Flipkart is a founder of Ashoka. The founder of Naukri.com is a founder of Ashoka. Now, there are so many people who have actually come together with a vision of not just money is not the primary objective. The primary objective is to return back to the community, to the society. So basically, we offer need-based financial aid. Almost 50% of the entire batch each year is on financial aid, and it has nothing to do with the rounds. Trust me. Once you have an confirmed offer, is when the financial team gets in touch with you. Financial aid teams gets in touch with you. They evaluate your parents' ITR reports, and basis that we take into consideration a lot of things, not just your parents' ITR. We understand that you are two kids. The parents have to fund for two education, and getting a 50-60 lakh degree is not a possibility for them. So we take into account a lot of pointers, but this happens only once you have a confirmed offer. Yeah.
All right. So scholarship is something which you would be able to get. Now let's take up the next question here. Is there a specific topic that the on the spot essay would be about?
Ah, so basically, there's no specific topic. You will have to wait till the 8th December for this. Let there
Okay.
be some
So
surprises. Exactly. Also, this won't be an irrelevant topic because this won't be a GK topic. This won't be a topic that you might have never heard about. These are very easy topics wherein we roll out either a situation to you and ask you how do you think about this topic, or it's a general societal issue, or maybe anything which is very generic in nature. We don't ask anything in an on-spot essay that, do you know about this specific topic, about space, aerospace? No, we don't do that. That's basic problem situation is rolled out to you. A social topic is either rolled out to you. So you'll have to still wait. Let that entire thing tingle in your bellies till the 8th of December while you have the on-spot essay topics out for yourself this year.
My God, so much anxiety for everyone. Okay.
But I am also
Uh,
excited to check what the on-spot essay topics this year are. So yeah, it's equally the same anxiety that I have.
every year the topics are interesting, but I can definitely tell you it would be opinionated. They want to understand what your thought
Yeah,
process is towards a
absolutely.
certain issue. And whoever is applying from IMS, guys, do not worry. Just connect with me. There is a lot making sure that you guys are prepared. We will calm down your anxiety. We'll work towards it. Okay. Let's take the next question. Could you talk
Yeah.
a little bit more about interdisciplinary majors?
Yeah. So basically, we have certain interdisciplinary majors. As I told you, there are 250 plus combinations that can be formed. But on the website, you will find a list of interdisciplinary majors. These are course combinations that maximum student opt in for. Also, these are subjects that dwell in well very perfectly together, designed in a manner that gives you an exposure to the outer world. So there's one interdisciplinary major that I'll just roll out an example to you, which is computer science along with entrepreneurial leadership. Now, a lot of students will say, what is the link between the two subjects? We see that nowadays, a student who has done, say, BTech in computer science, they only have the basic knowledge of computer science. What if you want to have a startup of your own? Then entrepreneurial leadership and strategy comes into picture. So interdisciplinary majors, in a nutshell, are subjects that dwell in well very perfectly together. It's not mandatory for you to take up only those two subjects. You have complete opportunity to add one minor to it as well. Also, you can design your own interdisciplinary major as well. We have a list of few which is uploaded on the website though. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. If I take physics as a major, will I have a defined course content that I will have to go with, or will I have to specify what all I want to study?
Okay. So basically, there will be a defined course content, of course, which is the 3-year program. You'll have a defined course content. Specifically, the second part of your question, which is that I'll have to specify what all I want to study, comes in the fourth year. So fourth year, as I told you, is a research year. In that year, you can specifically take up some topic as research, which kind of really interests you in physics itself. So you can do that. You can study what you want, but that will be probably in the fourth year. The first 3 years, there's a defined course curriculum. There's an entire content list of physics on the website. I think that should be helpful. Yeah.
All right. We have the next question with the student
Yeah.
who's asking, how do you qualify for the merit comes means scholarship if you're not absolutely sure you will go for the sciences? Also, how do you prepare for the interview if you're not sure about the major, haven't studied it yet?
Okay. So basically, the qualification for merit cum means scholarship specifically for the science students is wherein a student is from a science background already and they want to pursue science ahead also. So that's one surety we ask while giving you out that specific merit cum means scholarships. This is only for the science batches. The second part of your question, which is that didn't really recollect. Yeah, how do you prepare for the interview if not sure about the major and minors? So basically, interview has nothing to do with the majors and minors. In an interview, what we do is whatever you have written in the application form is what we have a general basic discussion, like we are having a call right now, wherein you are asking us questions and we are kind of asking you or having a conversation is what the interview has an agenda about. It has nothing to do with the kind of majors you pick, the minors you pick. There are no course related questions that are being asked. Yes.
All right. So moving to the next question. My God, list of questions.
It's
How
getting
many years?
increased.
Yeah, I mean, literally increased.
Yeah.
1 hour. Okay, we have a ma'am only for 1 hour. Rest questions, I will make sure that I put it. I will get the answers from her. All right. And also, a lot of mentors have called me because there's an in-class test for a batch done at a certain time at 6 to 7, and now there's one which is starting at 8. So we will make sure that we take as many questions as possible. Okay.
Yeah.
Last, how many years this course is prevailing? Course, as in what course? If you're talking about Ashoka, then
We
we
are
can answer that.
we are a 10-year-old university. We are right now in our 10th year. So that's how 10 years ago we brought in liberal education into picture. If you're asking for certain courses, the list of majors and minors keep increasing each year because we see that this specific subject might be interesting. So we kind of add that every year. So a course specifically, what you're asking, I might not have an idea to, but we are a 10-year-old university.
So 10-year-old, so it's not really a university which is just on the block and people don't know. I started my conversation with you all with the fact that it is one of the top university, a dream for a lot of you. Ashoka University is renowned matching the international standards. Okay, so you're not really going for a university which is questionable. So if you are looking at Ashoka University, you are looking at something which will definitely give you the quality of education and the depth of the content you will be studying for sure. Okay, so let's take up the next question here. From this year onwards, we can only give one piece of evidence per extracurricular activity. So we can't club extracurricular activities, right? I think I just won't like to answer this particular question. Every year, for every activity you do, there is only one proof which is ideally given. There are three activities asked in the form, and when you fill the form, you can't club the activities because you cannot club a leadership skill like an internship with, let's say, a charity work, what you have done. Correct? So, looks like there is a little doubt in your mind. So I would request the student to get in touch with me. I have just shared my Calendly link. Make sure you get in touch with me and we will have a conversation. I'll help you with the application. Okay. Another question, please tell us about the pattern of teaching. It is a way of from rote learning that is focused more in school learning. Also mugging up things where I face problems. You are in for a surprise.
So basically, Ashoka focuses a lot on root learning. We understand that the traditional education system has a lot of exams, papers. Every student mugs up things, and the very next day we write in exams, and then the very next day we don't really remember what we wrote in the exam. So this isn't the case. When I say we focus on root learning, the courses are defined in a manner that you understand the basics. Also, there's no examination system which happens. Every professor, every course has a different, every professor have a different style of taking up your exam. So that might be, say, by a presentation, that might be, he might ask you to write a research paper, they might ask you to do an open book test. So there are no specific exams per se that happens. Also, the credit requirements are designed in a manner wherein the professor decides that, okay, I want to take you give a presentation on this topic or you give an open book test on this topic. And that's how the entire mugging up system isn't there. So I think that shouldn't be a problem for you. And I really appreciate that the student has this question because a lot of students just mug up stuff and they tend to forget it the very next day the exam happens. So if you are someone who is into root learning, who wants to understand everything in depth, you are at the right place, I would say.
Fantastic. So, what are the courses offered by Ashoka in the field of finance?
So, finance, we have eco and finance, which is a big thing that we were talking about. Also, you can just take up finance as a major as well. So, depends on what exactly are you looking to pursue ahead. Maybe the course related questions we can have a 101 discussion, or you can have a discussion with Sanika ma'am. She'll be able to help you better on a one-to-one basis. Yeah.
Correct. So if you're looking at field of finance and business studies, if you're looking at finance and looking at possibly a course which would give you a BBA fintech or let's say courses like that where finance is more kind of drill down, Ashoka will not be the right choice for you because the kind of goal what you have in your mind is very different. Okay. So a lot of you who are looking at Ashoka understand that Ashoka would be able to offer you sciences, natural sciences, humanities, and social sciences. Management, finance management is not something which you would be able to get. So when you guys get in touch with me, my first question is BBA, and you say yes, and I said like let's not talk about further then. Okay, so this is not the option for you. All right. What is the importance of LOR, and does LOR needs to be around the course you are selecting?
So LOR doesn't really needs to be around the course that you are selecting because you might end up doing something else at Ashoka, which is the case with every other student. So LOR earlier, what the process for LOR used to be was you need to submit the person who will recommend. They used to get an email and there was a specific timeline. Now we understand that counselors, your school counselors, have a lot of work to do. So we have removed the LOR stage. You'll have to put in the recommended details in the application form. In case we feel that this is a case, on a case to case basis, that we might need an LOR, we will get in touch with your school counselor for that then.
So, but I think it is like a kind of problematic question, but I think this would kind of answer all of you here. Next question is, why does the application ask us for book suggestions? What do you look for from the section? Any criteria to follow?
So basically, Ashoka, while you come to Ashoka, you'll have to go through rigorous reading. That's the only reason we ask students that have you actually read something previously? Because, and we understand that a lot of students might not be into reading. And also, in case you are into reading, but I read novels, go mention that. You read something which is a different genre, go mention that. So basically, that section is just to get a sense that what kind of material you are into, and the weightage for that section isn't that huge. But then we want to understand that you are good at reading, you are interested in reading, because this course design will require a lot of reading. Ashoka is all about reading. So that's the
And
entire idea of this section, particularly.
absolutely, and that's where the rigor part comes in. Training, and I get students saying, "But ma'am, it's really padti." These two questions, which was is LOR compulsory, Harshita?
I
So
heard that.
the one
Yes,
which,
yes.
yeah. So you don't have to submit, or whoever is writing the LOR for you, you don't have to take any letterhead and write the LOR. If you go on the form, there is an option. Now LOR is optional there. If you do yes, then you need to submit the details. Okay, what exactly is required? The person who is writing the LOR for you, they would ask their name, the contact number, what designation they are in, how many years they are, sorry, connected,
As-
associated with you, how they are associated, and then once you submit this information, the person will receive an email, and then that's where the student, the person will have to write about the student. So don't be ready. LOR, it is not required. It will not be accepted. So don't do that. Okay. Let's take up another question. What are the courses offered by Ashoka in the field of finance? I think we have already taken up this particular question. I want to pursue. So, is Ashoka a worth it option for me? Uh, a while back, I just mentioned CA requires you. So, if any of you who is looking forward as a CA as a subject, okay, best option students would go for is BCom क्योंकि वहाँ पे efforts ज़्यादा नहीं डालते ठीक है CA clear करना is not a cakewalk. It requires efforts, and
Right.
specifically, they look at first attempt. That's what your worth in the market be when it comes to, placement is concerned, and when you go about assisting the CAs. So if you're looking at CA, best would be look out for a local college, get your BCom done, and simultaneously do your CA. Okay. If you're looking at something else, something which is not beyond CA, beyond BBA, then Ashoka is the place for you. Okay. And I'm being very, very candid, might be brutal, but I don't want you guys to apply for something which eventually would be not really the place. It will kind of create confusion for you. Okay. Next question we have: what are the benefits of attending Ashoka University? Oh, please,
Those
Harshita.
benefits. Look, while I interact with a lot of alums on a daily basis, and what I see differently in them is that they are very rounded, very well rounded. They have basic knowledge of each and everything, and then there's one specialization that they are good at. So basically, when you talk to anyone who has passed out from Ashoka, who is already there at Ashoka, you will see that they are very different in nature. They have uh, a complete shape to themselves, I would say, a proper structure to themselves. When you see an Ashokan, you will see that they are very good when it comes to speaking, because Ashoka trains you in a manner that we have a lot of presentation, a lot of things. How well you speak, how sensible you speak, how different you speak, how different you think, how grounded you are as a person. So I would say a lot of benefits are there. Get in touch with alums. They'll help you more on this. Get in touch with students who are already at Ashok. And I think that shouldn't be a problem, because whichever school you belong to, you might be in touch with the alum groups. In case you want us to get in touch with, get you help them patch up with them, we can also do that. Yes. Hello. Yeah,
I am sorry I missed it, but I think you have already answered the question.
I've answered the question. Yes, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, we have last 5 minutes. I am picking up as many questions I can. Somebody's asked about where I can find the sample paper for Ashoka aptitude test.
It's a
Sample
site.
paper for yes, it's on the website. While I am talking to you, I am trying to paste the link for you. Okay, so it would be easier for you to not really go around because you guys come up with different sample papers. Somebody comes up and tells me some different things, and then point blank they will challenge, ma'am. आप बता दो. So I'm sharing the paper. Just hang on before you guys come up with some different, very weird, search. After doing 3 years at BSc at Ashoka, can I pursue CFA?
Yes, of course you can go ahead and do that. That shouldn't be a problem.
So CFA is definitely possible. Okay. CFA people do even after possibly, having a work experience. So
Yes.
there is no timeline for CFA. CFA can be done possibly even after 15 years of work experience. And people do that. All right. All right. Will I face any problem at Ashoka if I'm an introverted person and not the best at public speaking?
No, you won't feel that ways. We have a career development office, we have a support office which helps you how to because there are students who are very good in nature, but then they aren't extroverts. So there are a lot of people who will help you in the entire process to bring you and shape you in a different person. So don't be worried about this. You will be able to make friends. The campus is very lively. You'll be able to interact with the faculty directly. You'll be able to interact with the teaching assistants, alums. Everyone at Ashoka is very helpful. Whenever I do campus visits, I see students because I've met them before as well. And then I see them on campus, I see them as a totally different person. So don't don't kind of take this stress to go through all these things. Just focus on your application, aptitude, and the on-spot essays. Once you are there, everything will be sorted in a proper manner. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a student asking about what about the predicted scores. Okay, so I would just like to take up this particular question because a lot of questions have doubts here. So whoever is filling the form and have questions about the predicted score, see, a lot of schools, IVSEs, a lot of schools offer a predicted, marks. School will be able to give you the scores. But in case you come across student, school declining it that we will not be able to offer you, don't panic. Just make sure that you can self predict it. The only thing you need to keep in mind that if you are consistently, for example, 10th May you scored let's say 80, right? In 12th there could be a dip in 11th. Every student get a dip in 11th, but you can't just go about writing that I will get 98 in 12th when you know that when you're giving your pre boards, you are not even coming close to 98. Be practical because 10 scores and 11 scores will be a very clear thing for the college to understand that student is just faking it. Be practical. If you are getting 60 and in 11th it went to 55, but you think that okay fine, I can manage up to 75, write 75. Don't go about showing off and say 90, which is clearly not possible unless you are putting that kind of efforts. Okay. All right. One last minute and we would close it. But I think I have answered almost all the possible questions we have. And I think we have picked up 46 questions. Amazing. What are the courses offered by Ashoka in the field of finance and also the best courses offered by Ashoka?
I think we took up this question previously, finance one. Yes.
Absolutely. So economics and finance is the favorite amongst everyone. But if you're looking at even computer science, if you're looking at psychology, if you're looking at something very different, if you want to even get into sociology and all, even that particular thing would be making sure that it's going to be standing out. Okay. From this year onwards, we can only give one piece of evidence. I think we have already
I've
asked a particular
already covered
question.
these questions.
Yeah, we have.
Also is for, I
Yes.
think, yeah.
All right, I think we are all getting course answers, questions which we have already answered. Maximum questions are answered. And for the rest of you, I mentioned my Calendly, link. Kindly get in touch with me if you have questions. I think this is the best way I would be able to help you. We would also have the ma'am in case if you want to connect, we can always, get in touch with her. And 27th of November is the first deadline closing. We are sitting on 18th November. Okay, so not much time. If you are
Yeah.
writing the essays, please make sure that this is something which is sent across to me. At least a one-on-one would help you to understand where exactly your essay is moving to which direction according to your profile. All right.
I have
We
dropped
have
in my contact number and my email ID as well. In case you want to get in touch, you can get in touch with Sanika and with me as well directly. Not a problem.
fantastic. Thank you so much, Harshita, for
Thank
taking
you
up
for hosting.
time from most welcome. I mean, you were busy to an extent where your whole, schedule is packed, and this 1 hour, what you have taken out for my students, it really means a lot to us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's absolutely likewise from both the ends. Yes.
Thank you.
And
And
anything you have or students have, they wanted to connect on a one-on-one basis, we can anytime do that as well.
absolutely. Students, I just want to tell you guys, you have a lot of questions on Ashoka. Okay. How exactly students work and how exactly the insider thing happens. I'm just sharing a little session which we did with Ashoka students. So this would help you to understand about how Ashoka offers the program, what exactly students go through, and you would get all the information you need. So just to kind of a little information for you all. And now with this, I would take your leave and we would all of you just make sure that you guys are, calm and working on the application and connect with me. Thank you so much. All the best. And thank you so
All
much
the best
for
to
taking your time.
everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.